My first impression was, man, this guy's tall. And so then you go, did you play basketball? And it's like, yeah, I did.
I just remember it's like, wow, that guy's really tall. He's got a very, hard drive to get stuff done, but, can joke about it along the way.
His mind starts working even before he gets out of bed in the morning. So he is definitely one of the most driven people I know and doesn't have any downtime.
People are gravitated to him. They like to be around him, and it's because he's fun, and he's funny, and he's social, and he's smart, and he's motivated. He wants to bring value to everything that he's involved in.
So I was an Army brat growing up. I moved 7 times before I was 15 and loved every second of it. We would move, and my mom would say, dinner's gonna be served at 6:30, don't come back inside until 6:30. Basically, go make some friends. And so we'd go around and find someone playing basketball or soccer and say, hey, do you mind if I play with you? And they'd say, of course. And I think that kind of trickles down in how I approach life too. I have very few heroes. My 2 older sisters are 2 of those heroes. My second oldest sister, she went to University of Georgia. She was actually a homecoming queen at Georgia. When I got accepted to Georgia, I talked with her. I said, what do you think I should do? Because that's what you do. You talk to your heroes about what you should do. She said, I think you're really great in business. Like, all right, I'll be in the business school. And so it's a simple formula, but I think the decision worked. As I think about my time at Terry, I think the kind of foundational elements are kind of the basis of everything that's come afterwards. And so from there, it's just building on.
What I like about Michael is he has several mentors through his term on the board. He did a 3-year term, so he had 3 different mentors, and he's still close to all of them, and he listens to us. And we all bring different perspectives to the table.
One thing great about Terry is, you're with like-minded people, especially in the business world, and there's a lot of great connections that Terry provides.
I've asked for a lot of help along the way. My mentors have met the call every time I've called on them. So
I was introduced to Michael in 2013, and I was supposed to be his mentor, and he was supposed to be my mentee, and I'm not sure how long it took before it flipped. We both ended up being vice chairs and chairs for our respective boards at the same time, so we got to work on a lot of Terry things. We also got to know each other. If you talk to people that played basketball with Michael, they will tell you that he played the hardest. He plays in a street ball tournament in Athens, and I've had the opportunity to go watch him play, and I can tell you he's very competitive.
Mom and Dad have always said, if you want it, just go ask for it, and you'd be surprised how many times people say yes if you're willing to ask. First week, I just walked in the basketball office and said, hey, are there coaches around? I'd like to walk on. One of the coaches happened to be there, and so I said, hey, I'm Michael Patrick. I'd love to walk onto the basketball team. He's like, can you play? It's like, can you coach? He's like, I like that. And so he said, well, give him a jersey, let's see what he can do.
He's done a lot of great things for Terry over the last several years. Probably the thing that stands out the most is the brick campaign that we did.
Michael and I were connected when he came up with the idea of running the brick campaign. I thought it was a wonderful idea. I didn't want to tell him that I didn't think there was any way in the world he was going to be able to raise $1 million because I didn't want to dampen his enthusiasm.
And I think my eyes were really big thinking, that's a lot of bricks.
We played around with the different numbers. What do you think about 300,000? I was like, it doesn't have the ring of $1 million. What about 500,000? I was like, that doesn't really have the ring of $1 million, does it? I was like, I think it should be $1 million.
And that was a huge goal, and we kind of got laughed at a little bit when we set that goal. And we talked every single day because it was such a big thing, and kind of like a second job. Kind of took over our lives. But I mean, it was awesome, and really forged a great friendship there.
It was a 3-year journey, and we got there the same year that the school finished their campaign. It just came together. It was definitely some blood, sweat, and tears.
But here was a guy who was standing up and saying, I'm going to take ownership of this. And he drove us all crazy, but he got to the finish line because he would not take no for an answer. If you talk to the firms where Michael worked, what you'll find is that he left, and he left on good terms, and they all hated to see him go.
He has always had, I think, this entrepreneurial itch, and he was trying to figure out how to scratch it.
Those 4 years at Goldman, you meet some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. What you realize is that they're not smarter than the average person. They're just willing to bet on themselves.
He was at Goldman at the time, and he was on a great track there, but Michael has a passion, and he has an entrepreneurial spirit, and I saw it very quickly, and so we started talking about, well, what's the best way to fill that?
I started thinking about, how do I bring the help that I'm seeing these millionaires have, how do I bring that to the masses? And I started my own company called Thanks Geoffrey. We describe it as a shared butler service. The person that's a young professional, the young parents, someone that really needs the help, that's who we built Thanks Geoffrey for. Our mission of our company is to help people live their ideal lives by reinventing the way tasks are done.
The fact that he's been able to leverage what he's doing at Thanks Geoffrey to land a job at Chick-fil-A on their innovation team is something I'm so excited about for him.
In my lifetime, I want to build something that's actually meaningful. I want to make sure that while I'm at Chick-fil-A, I want to be the person that's helping propel the business forward and willing to step out there and take a risk.
And he'll be incredibly successful there, and what a great organization to be involved in.
He leaves an imprint wherever he goes. I think everyone's excited to see what he does at Chick-fil-A.
20 years from now, Michael Patrick's probably leading the company wherever he is. He just has that drive, and I would expect nothing less of him.
He is the epitome of a young alumni award recipient. He has worked tirelessly for the Terry College.
My fiance is absolutely incredible. Her name's Brittany. She's a veterinarian in Dunwoody. She unfortunately went to University of Tennessee undergrad, but she went to University of Georgia's vet school. So I always tell her, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
The Terry College is proud to present the 2017 Outstanding Young Alumni Award to Michael Patrick.